are doing a D melody composition. We're in D Dorian mode. And the idea is to use all the all the white keys starting on D. So you're using some, this is the instrument you picked. I said you could pick a piano, a flute, or a violin, and you've chose this particular violin. Let's hear what you've got and go from there. Great. Awesome. I love it. I'm going to make a copy and make some suggestions.
I'm just going to.
So I'm going to make a copy, and we're going to put it in this track here. And what I'm going to do is change the instrument. Not that I don't like this instrument. I think this instrument is perfectly fine. Let's try a legato string. You could try some of the other strings if you like. I'm going to solo this instrument, and let's see what it sounds like. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make all of these notes longer. And it's not because I don't think things should be short. For our purposes, we're going to do some alteration with these, this little melody. And if they're all nice and long like this, it'll be easier to do these alterations. So let's listen to it as it's short. The other thing I'm going to do is just put the tempo up here so we can hear it without having to go to sleep. Here we go. Well, I think it's a fantastic melody. I really don't have any issue with any of it at all. I do want to give you a couple of things to think about. So what I'm going to do is simply copy, I'll make a duplicate track and put it in a third track. I think it's a wonderful melody. Great job. Put it in a third track. And I want you to think about stuff. What I like about this, these are repeated notes. And the repeated note gives us a chance to kind of stop and relax. And you can either simply repeat the note, or what you can do is make one of the notes longer, okay? And I'm going to put a little space in there while I'm at it so we have a little breath. So instead of having, here's the first example of the first two measures where you have the repeated note. It sounds like this. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It actually sounds quite nice. But there's something to think about coming to a rest at some point. Maybe that's not the place to come to a rest. Maybe later on is the place to come to a rest. But let's take a look. Okay, now we might want to come to a rest here again too. I happen to really like these three notes. So it's really up to you if you wanted to come to a rest on this note, or more interestingly, put it up here back at the other note. Okay, so let's hear what that sounds like. First is the note that would be most predictable, which I'm not crazy about, right? Or move it up here, which is where you had it before, right? And what I really like about this is it does that sort of question in the fourth bar, which gives you a sense that we need to continue. So here comes the first four measures really quickly. Again, we're just going to speed it up a little. Right, one note per beat. These are quarter notes. With this is two beats per note, which is a half note. Etc. And we're going to keep going. So that's the kind of thing I want you to think about. Maybe do you want to keep doing that here? Up to you, what you want to do at the end. I want to give you that as kind of a compositional technique to think about and see what you want to do with this. Your original melody is perfectly fine and fabulous and wonderful. So just some thoughts, okay? Fantastic.